Cost manuals. Few appraisers, unless they are skilled cost specialists, contractors, architects, or construction engineers, are capable of estimating with any degree the accuracy the cost of proposed construction or the replacement cost of existing improvements that are complex commercial, industrial, or special purpose use and architectural design. In such cases, an appraiser relies on comparative cost studies made available on a periodic, updated subscription basis by commercial cost services. Several good cost services and manuals are available in which costs are produced through an analysis of the construction market in many large metropolitan areas. These services and manuals usually come with a list of indexes or factors to localize these costs to other metropolitan areas throughout the United States and Canada. Although these services provide considerable technical assistance, the assessor can gain a more thorough knowledge of the complexities of costing and the construction market in general by participating in the development and maintenance of a cost manual. A cost manual represents a cost model in a form that is easy to use. Physically, a cost manual is a set of cost factors organized in schedules or tables, with instructions for their use. This section discusses desirable features of cost manuals, third-party sources of cost manuals, development of local cost manuals, and trending of costs contained in manuals. Desirable features of cost manuals. The following are desirable features for cost manuals. They should 1. Be applicable to most structure types. A cost manual should provide appropriate base specifications and comparative unit values for most structures found in the jurisdiction. Number 2, be based on actual costs. Actual costs provide a reliable starting point. The manual should include indexes for updating costs on a regular basis, at least annually. If the manual is not developed locally, it should contain local cost modifiers based on local market information. The third feature for a cost manual should include indirect costs. Indirect costs, with the possible exception of architect fees, may or may not be included in cost reported in the manual. Entrepreneurial profit incentive is typically included in cost manual. The manual should note any exceptions and provide guidelines for their inclusion. The fourth feature for cost manuals should be easy to update. Cost manuals should be based on costs in specific locations as of specific dates. Manuals from third-party vendors should provide either name or location modifiers or directions for updating costs. The fifth feature for cost manuals should be easy to use. The manual should contain clear and complete instructions on their use. Clear descriptions and illustrations of Clear descriptions and illustrations of structure type and construction quality help assessors classify structures correctly and consistently. Photographs should be professionally done, and structures in photographs should represent the type or quality class being described. Manuals should also explain when and how to make adjustments to base costs for superior and inferior building features. The instructions should contain examples or sample problems. The sixth desirable feature for a cost manual should be flexible. Cost manuals should make it easy to adjust for differences from base specifications. Good manuals are simple, flexible, and accurate. Although easy-to-use manuals require fewer decisions and operations, they may be less accurate. Manuals that provide for many small adjustments are time-consuming to use and may cause users to focus on minor construction features and lose sight of important ones. The best manuals provide assessors with options such as using the comparative unit method alone or modifying cost estimates developed from the comparative unit method with unit-in-place costs. The seventh feature for cost manuals, it should contain guidelines for estimating depreciation. At a minimum, manuals should provide normal depreciation tables which show the effect of physical wear and tear. Manuals should indicate the normal economic lives of structure types and any mathematical function or formulas used to derive the tables. Such information is essential for understanding the basis for the tables, for making adjustments for abnormal depreciation, and for converting the tables to formulas. The eighth feature for cost manuals should be supported by appropriate forms. Cost manuals require certain data items for accurate computation of cost. Manuals should be accompanied by a form for collecting the necessary information. This form should be clear, well organized, and easy to use. There should also be a form for manual collection of costs. This form should provide a pricing ladder for cost of new, depreciation, and the cost of added features not covered in the base specification. The ninth feature for cost manuals should be supported by a training program. A training program promotes accurate and consistent cost estimates. Problems with the manual discovered during training should be corrected and assessors informed of these changes. The 10th feature that is desirable for cost manuals should should be suitable for computerization. Computerization needs speeds calculations and ensures accuracy. One method of computerization is to reproduce the cost manual in computer format. This method generally requires a greater processing time, and the tables must be updated periodically. A second option is to approximate the cost manual with mathematical equations. This option speeds processing and updating. In either case, computerization and updating are easier if the manual provides alphanumeric codes for the listing of features not included in base specifications. In this way, costs for these items can be updated by computer. Assessors need not recalculate manually.
Okay.
Raise the blinds for Mr. Kitty. It's on this side, honey. Third-party cost manuals. Several firms apply cost manuals and periodic updates that are national in scope. These services contain comparative unit and unit-in-place costs for a variety of structure types. They also contain local cost modifiers and are updated on a timely basis. Can we pause a second? And then I'll start this section. Skipping down to the next section. The next section heading is Development of Local Cost Manuals.
We're skipping for relevancy.
When third-party manuals are not adequate, national, state, provincial, or local agencies can develop their own manuals. Well-designed manuals can be customized to the local market and to existing data files and can be highly accurate. Although design and maintenance are huge tasks, they foster understanding of construction costs, markets, and cost estimating. Designing a local cost manual requires the following steps. Number 1, determine the structure types to be included. Number 2, determining the standard building specifications for each type. Number 3, determine construction costs for each type at various size increments. Number 4, determine the relationship between construction costs and size. Number 5, develop adjustments for variations from base specifications. And number 6, Test the schedules by applying them to structures of known costs. Designing a local cost manual requires a firm grasp of construction materials and techniques, especially the methods used to classify structures. For appraisal purposes, structures are usually classified according to one or more of the following criteria: use, construction type, construction quality, floor area, structure shape, and story height. Do you want me to keep going?
Yeah.
Use. Structures are usually first classified by the use for which they were designed: residential, commercial, industrial, and rural. Each type may have subtypes. See Table 9.5. Table 9.5 examples of use subtypes.